So I'm not gonna take a lot of time because, you know, I'm getting emotional. And I told myself I wasn't gonna do this. Nobody, and I mean nobody, will ever bring the energy, the charisma, the passion, the expertise, the talent, and whatever else you want to call it, like you seen Kelvin Hunter and my ex, Wendy Williams, and the team that was behind us. And I mean the whole team. That includes my current lady now.
Built designer clothes, fancy cars, and expensive outings was never truly theirs. It was paid for by Wendy's hard work. Now that Wendy is no longer supporting them, the bond between Kevin and Sharina, which was already shaky, has finally fallen apart. In a strange twist, even with everything Wendy is facing right now, she is still the one having the last laugh. Sharina probably believed she hit the jackpot when she got involved with Kevin more than 15 years ago. At that time, Wendy Williams had reached the height of her career, and money was flowing. Kevin was living comfortably as Wendy's husband, but he was also using her success to fund an entirely separate life with Sharina. While Kevin pretended to be a loyal husband to Wendy and a present father to their son, he was secretly dividing his time between two homes. He would spend part of the week in the home he shared with Wendy and their child, and the rest of his time at a house he purchased for Sharina only a few miles away. For years, Sharina lived in comfort and ease. She enjoyed her mornings at fancy brunch spots, carried expensive purses, and drove around in high-end vehicles, all paid for by Wendy's earnings. As long as the money kept coming, Kevin's double life continued without interruption. Their relationship was never truly about love. It was built on access to Wendy's bank account. If you haven't kept up with this messy situation, here's a quick background. Wendy and Kevin met in 1994 at an ice skating rink. They got married in 1999, but problems showed up very early. In an interview with Business Insider, Wendy admitted that Kevin had been unfaithful from the beginning. According to her, he cheated while they were dating, he cheated after they got married, and he even cheated while she was on bed rest during her pregnancy. She stayed partly because her career was taking off and partly because she wanted her son to grow up in a stable home. Everything blew up in 2017 when the Daily Mail released a massive report after a year-long investigation. They confirmed the rumors that Kevin had been living with Sharina for almost 10 years. This wasn't just casual cheating. Kevin was maintaining two full households. He spent most of the week at Sharina's suburban home. They went to the gym together, had meals together, and she even wore a huge diamond ring. But when they were out in public, Kevin treated her like a stranger. He introduced her as his sister and avoided showing affection so no one would figure out the truth. Sharina went along with the act. Kevin switched cars before going home to Wendy so no one would notice anything unusual. He even took Sharina to visit her family and pretended these were business trips. Her relatives expected commitment, children, and a future, but many of them believed Kevin was feeding Sharina empty promises while keeping her on standby. Even though Sharina had her own skills, she is a licensed massage therapist, a personal shopper, and a celebrity stylist. Kevin continued to support her financially because he knew the money came easily as long as Wendy kept working. When Wendy's talk show launched in 2008, she quickly became one of the top personalities on daytime television. Her bold, unfiltered commentary and celebrity interviews drew millions of viewers. The show grew so large that by 2010 it aired at night as well. Kevin benefited from all of this. In 2011, he became an executive producer for a game show hosted by Wendy, which increased his income even more. Wendy's popularity skyrocketed again when she joined Dancing with the Stars, appeared on Broadway in Chicago, and released several books. Meanwhile, rumors about Kevin and Sharina kept growing. When the internet exploded with talk about their affair, Wendy publicly denied everything on her show, saying she supported her husband completely.
Some sort of weird story going around the internet regarding my husband. Now look, I'm a straight shooter, pow pow. All you gotta do is Google him and you see the story. You can believe what you want, but I stand by my guy.
Wendy eventually spoke honestly about her battle with Graves' disease. an autoimmune disorder that affects the thyroid and causes serious health problems. She often mentioned how grateful she was to Kevin for staying close during her difficult moments and offering support when she felt weak. Alongside her illness, Wendy had also been dealing with alcohol and substance addiction for many years. These struggles damaged her health, hurt her career, and put a heavy strain on her personal life. She tried many times to get better. She checked into a rehabilitation program where doctors and counselors worked with her to help her recover. Even with all the professional care she received, staying clean was not easy. She continued to face temptations that challenged her progress, and eventually she relapsed, which forced her to seek help again. In 2018, Wendy revealed publicly that she had Graves' disease and hypothyroidism, a combination that caused symptoms like swollen or bulging eyes due to pressure behind them. This made it clear that her body was under tremendous stress. Around that same period, Sharina gave birth in 2018, which made Kevin's cheating impossible to ignore. Even though Wendy still stood by him in public, it was becoming clear that she was struggling to keep her marriage together, while also trying to manage her addiction. Kevin attempted to put the marriage back together by showering her with expensive gifts, including upgrading her custom diamond-covered Frank Muller watch. But by then, the damage was too deep. Wendy finally filed for divorce in 2019. Instead of the drama ending there, everything only grew more chaotic. Once the divorce papers were signed, Wendy and Kevin found themselves fighting over finances. Kevin walked away with a huge monthly alimony payment of $250,000. While he enjoyed those checks, Wendy faced far deeper challenges than a financial dispute. Her health began to decline quickly. In 2019, she admitted what many people had quietly suspected, that she had been a functioning addict for a long time. She revealed that she had been living in a sober house while still hosting her talk show every day. Wanting to help others who were going through the same battle, her family foundation even started a hotline for people dealing with addiction.
I have to tell you, you know I've been dealing with issues with addiction, alcoholism, and I have a whole new life that I plan for myself and my son.
Wendy eventually opened up about her long battle with addiction and alcoholism. She admitted that she had been fighting these issues for years while trying to create a new life for herself and her son. But when the pandemic hit, her situation grew much worse. At one point, she was found unresponsive in her New York apartment and rushed to the hospital, where doctors had to give her 2 blood transfusions to stabilize her. Not long after that terrifying incident, another painful truth came out. Wendy had been diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia and primary progressive aphasia, 2 serious conditions that quickly damage memory, speech, and cognitive abilities. Court documents later confirmed that she had early-onset dementia, and neurologists told her family that years of heavy alcohol use had caused permanent brain damage. These health issues eventually began showing up in her work. Her once sharp, witty personality on television was replaced by scattered thoughts, inappropriate comments, emotional moments, and visible confusion. By 2022, Wendy officially stepped away from television, and her family reduced her public appearances to protect her dignity. Around the same time, a court granted her a legal guardian in May 2022 to manage her finances and medical care. This decision had a direct effect on Kevin's wallet, because his monthly alimony payments stopped under the guardianship order. But Kevin did not let that go quietly. He went straight back to court, demanding nearly 2 years of unpaid alimony. He claimed the payments were cut off unfairly before the guardianship was put in place. The story grew even messier when Wendy's close friend, Regina Schell, filed an affidavit in a New Jersey court. She stated that Wendy had $55 million in her Wells Fargo accounts in 2022. Regina said she saw the total balance herself when she lived with Wendy in July of that year. She also claimed that Wendy planned to switch banks and even met with Bank of America in December 2022. Kevin immediately used Regina's statement in his legal filings, accusing Wendy of hiding $48 million during the divorce. But Wendy's court-appointed guardian, Sabrina Morazi, strongly rejected those claims and said Regina's statements were not accurate. On top of the legal chaos, Kevin's own life seemed to be falling apart financially. Since the divorce, he has tried launching several businesses, but none of them have made meaningful profits. In July 2023, He faced a lawsuit for an unpaid credit card bill of $20,000. He also sold 2 luxury vehicles to a lending company, which many believed was another sign of financial trouble. By October 2023, he ended up selling his $1.2 million home in Florida, the same house where he hadn't paid HOA fees for months. Rumors began circulating that he was broke, behind on child support to Sharina, and desperately looking for money. So, when Kevin filed even more documents dragging Wendy back into court, social media did not hold back. One person summed it up by saying, "This is nothing but a messy money grab. I hope he doesn't get a dime." Others called the situation pure karma finally catching up with him. Another person wrote, "He and his mistress can't handle their lifestyle now." Someone else put it bluntly, "Request denied. You lived off her long enough." The harshest comments kept coming. "Dude, get a job. Stop depending on your ex-wife." And the one that captured the general public mood, "You should have appreciated Wendy. She loved you and gave you a privileged life. You betrayed her, and now everything has boomeranged. Move on." What stands out the most is that in all of Kevin's filings, he never expresses concern for Wendy's health. Not a word about her dementia. Not a mention of her being under guardianship. No acknowledgement of the decades she spent struggling with addiction. His focus is always the same: money. Because of that, most people see his actions as exactly what they appear to be: an attempt to squeeze whatever he can from a woman who can no longer even make decisions for herself. Like her or not, one thing is clear: Wendy Williams is the one who has the last word in this story. Kevin lived a secret life for more than 10 years, betrayed her trust, and built another household using the wealth she worked for. He assumed the benefits would never stop. But life has a way of catching up with people. Karma didn't wait. It showed up right on time. Now the big question is yours. Do you think Kevin has any right to chase alimony from a woman who cannot even manage her own finances anymore? Or is this just another attempt to take advantage of what remains of the empire she built? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're reading all of them.